Anita Roman now out there in the elements joining us live. Good morning, Anita.
Good morning. This is absolutely incredible. We are standing on the shoulder of the I-10. The water is knee deep. And like I said, this is just the shoulder. I'm being told that it gets even deeper as you go further in. Joining me live this morning is Mag, the gentleman who owns that silver car that you see behind us. Take us through what happened this morning.
This morning at 3:30 in the morning, I was going to work and I got stuck in the middle and the water was like really bad, really bad.
How quickly did it start coming around your car and how quickly did it start rising?
Let's say 1 minute, 2 minutes. Yeah, and then there's another car was beside me, who was a Nissan Altima. So that car was like really flooded. The car was like, the water was inside of the car.
And so you do what? You told me you rolled down your window and hopped out of the car.
Yes, I rolled down the window and jumped out my car and start pushing my car and push the other cars.
Okay, so you pushed it from way down in that direction?
Yes.
Okay.
And the water is like, before it was 2 feet for me, so I don't know now, maybe it might be like 3-4 feet.
So at this point, your car is dead, and what are you gonna do?
So now I'm gonna wait for my car dry and so I can start it, but my engine didn't get wet and inside didn't get wet, so hopefully I'm safe.
Now, you mentioned you haven't been in Arizona all that long, but you've seen flooding like this before, but elsewhere. Are you surprised to see this happening here?
Oh yeah, it's very surprising. So I never thought in my life I would never see that right here in the U.S.
Well, we're glad that you're safe and that thank you so much for helping people. This is the gentleman we showed in our live shot just a little earlier who is actually pushing the other vehicle to safety as well. And Brian has shown you guys the other westbound lanes there. We talked to DPS earlier, and Bart Graves, the spokesperson, told us that they have at least a dozen cars stranded out here this morning. I might have counted more. We just got down here, so you can see that traffic is just stopped in the other in both directions. We have police officers, DPS officers out here, making sure that no one comes down out here, but it is absolutely incredible. We do have one car just far to the right. We can see him driving out. He has been maneuvering for the past 15 minutes. We've been watching him, and it looks like he was able to make it out just slightly. I'm not sure exactly if he's going to make it up the ramp or where he's going to go, but I would imagine there's a lot of relief in that sense. But again, I am just absolutely astounded. We are standing on the shoulder of the I-10, the water here knee deep, and it is absolutely incredible. As we walked down the embankment here in the side of the I-10, we could not believe how incredible this site was. I mean, we see cars, we see vehicles here with water past the hood. You can see there's a vehicle there with its hood open, and we're hoping obviously that everyone made it out okay. Whether they're stuck in the cars, we're going to try to make it over to the other side and see what we can find out over there. But this is just an absolutely incredible site, especially for the valley here.
Anita, let me just ask you one quick question here. As Brian keeps panning over there to the left, where all that traffic is stopped, all the way over to the left, is it mostly first responders out there? Are those just people who are getting out of their car are you able to make out, what are we looking at there?
Let me ask Brian what he can see. Brian, what do you see? It's people getting out of their cars, is what Brian says. It does not appear that it's first responders. I'm not even quite sure how first responders could get to them because traffic is backed up. It's bumper to bumper in all lanes across the I-10 here at 43rd Avenue. So even the shoulder is almost difficult to drive on. So I would imagine it's very, very difficult for first responders to get out here, to get to those people. I think it's just people getting out of their vehicles, either trying to figure out what they're going to do, trying to hopefully make sure that everyone's okay. But I'm just looking at the cars on the opposite lanes, and I can't believe that some of them, the water, there's one out there that literally it's past the windows, and it's just absolutely incredible. You know, our mouths dropped open when we walked down here. We figured we'd see some standing water, but nothing like this, you guys. It's incredibly dangerous.
Like
obviously, take your time out there today. And
3-4 feet deep at least in some areas. There were reports that cars were floating around and bumping into each other. And you said those people that are standing out in the water, they're up over their knees in water.
Well, Mag tells me that when he was pushing his vehicle, he was a couple hundred yards that way where you see Brian giving you a live shot. Now, he pushed his car all the way to where it is right here, and he said that the water was at least knee deep, Nag. Yeah, the water was. So to me, he's significantly taller. I would say it'd be almost up to my waist out here this morning. So, you know, depending on how tall you are, but it is incredibly dangerous. I know DPS trying to clear this area, trying to get people to safety, but it looks like it's going to take quite some time.
Well, we'll keep checking with you, Anita.
3:30. Mag says he's been here since 3:30.
Thank you, Anita.